So, Blocia is no longer a thing. That game that about 1,000 people saw doesn't exist anymore, in any shape or form, unfortunately. Yes, Blocia is gone. For good, unfortunately. As much as I loved the game before the game became a game, it's not a thing anymore. And according to 9-bit, the developer of the game, he likes a bit more because it's unique, and so he will be sticking to the style of Breadverse. So in their Discord, they posted, well, 9-bit posted, "We're excited to announce that our Discord server has rebranded. Previously known as Blocia, we have now transitioned to Breadverse. Some of you may recognize the game Bread Worlds, and you're absolutely right. After careful consideration, our company has officially purchased the project and will be continuing the development under the name Breadverse. What does this mean for you? Breadverse will still have the same core gameplay experience you loved in Blocia: trading, building, mining ores, and so much more, but with exciting new updates and improvements." That's essentially what they said within the announcement when he rebranded everything. What to do with all the hype built around Blocia? Well, someone could actually swoop in and create something very similar, or maybe they could use the same assets. I don't know. It's claimed intellectual property, so they probably actually can't do that because copyright is a thing. But Blocia caught many of us just by how it looks, with the mechanics that it was going to have, and the features that they were promised. However, 9-bit is still developing a game. It's just not Blocia anymore, and it's officially Breadverse. And from here on, I'll explain to you what Breadverse has for you, the player. Breadverse. Personally, I'm not a fan of the bread and the bread with the bread using bread as bread in the literal sense of getting that bread. But let's take a watch at the trailer, because as stated in my video for Blocia, Breadverse has a lot of those features, meaning it had, well, let me not just say it, let's just glance at the video. Obviously, I can't just show you the entire video in its entirety. This is the Breadverse official teaser trailer, which you can watch in the end card, or you can check in the description. So, alongside the release of good updates and bad updates, there's a membership program that you can join, where it's basically a subscription. You gain perks, benefits to whatever you're paying for. However, I feel a bit off with the membership perks in collaboration with the prices of in-game stuff, as well as the grind that it takes to get these in-game stuff, or to get gems in-game, or rather bread, because it's no longer gems or money, it's bread. But anyway, starting with the negatives. Buying gems outside of the game in such large chunks by initially becoming a subscriber to the game, or a VIP rather, gives quite large amounts, which as a starter, it wipes out the whole grind and you can just pay for a really big boost. And with how much the server is offline at this current moment in time, it's kind of really unfair, because we actually can't grind while the server is offline, obviously. But someone can just, oh, server's offline, alright, let me stock up on 10,000, 30,000, 100,000, or 1 million gems. I mean, bread, because they can buy from the website. And when the server goes back on, they get their gems without even having to grind. But additional to that, grinding, it feels so tiring. Due to the game's animations needing some work as it's new, as well as the fact that blocks have no breaking animation, the farm aspect is really dry and bland, and it doesn't quite feel motivating to actually grind. Knowing you get max 30 gems per block or per some blocks, and most of the items in the shop that you'd want cost 50,000, 100,000, or 1 million bread. That's insane amounts to farm 30 gems, 30 bread per block. If a normal person who doesn't want to spend money and they would love to grind, but wants a cool item like how you would want Dark Pixie in Pixel World's game back then, they'd have to break 33,333 blocks. And that is if you're lucky and get 30 gems, 30 bread per each block that you break to get 1 million total bread. However, in reality, you don't get that. So you would be hitting and breaking rather around 40 to 50,000 blocks just to get 1 million gems, or maybe a good amount nearby to 1 million gems. And knowing someone is easily able to buy a good chunk of that, because you can buy 200,000 from the shop. So if someone can do that, and it's not too much in their currency compared to yours, that really kills off the feel for wanting to grind for it at all. Because you're gonna do all of this time when they can just spend, I don't know, $100 and boom, they are already one of the top 2% in the game. But moving on to the positives, membership items are pretty cool. It's a really nice way to show thanks to the members, which is honestly pretty cool. The staff team of the game are active and they have knowledge about what's going on with development. And additional to that, they can help out with more than just moderation alone. That is a really nice perk. Content creators, members, and staff get special bills to review early for bugs or videos and marketing purposes, which is obviously really nice. Obviously, members like subscribers and whatnot and staff get this way before content creators because, well, content creators, we're not special like that necessarily. We help with marketing or we help with advertising and such, but we're just content creators. Thanks to everyone who made what would have been Blocia amazing to be a part of. Should he change the art from this tall, slender, weird-looking guy to this short, cute guy, or is it just me? Because this character looks way better.